Vera Siddhika, lecturer in zoology, MBS Government Degree College, Mahbub Nagar. Today, in this session, we are going to discuss about the part of nerve physiology. In this, the very first topic is about the structure of nerve or the nerve cell or the neuron and what are the function of that nerve cell, neuron structure and the function. As such, if we talk about the cells of nervous system, what are the different types of cells which are present into the nervous system? Basically, two main types of cells which are present into the nervous system. One is the neurons and another one is the glial cells. And as we know, that is the neurons are nothing but these are the basic structural and the functional unit of the nervous system, which again composed to form the total nerve system or the brain or the spinal cord. What are the basic composition of the nerve system is there, that could be consist of this neuron and the glial cells are present. Glial cells are nothing but these are the accessory or the supporting cells which give the nourishment and the mechanical which give the nourishment to the growing neuron cells. And now if we talk about the neurons, these are like excitable cells, conduct the impulses that make possible all nervous system function. So we know the basic function or the main function of the nervous system is to pass the information. That passing the information is nothing but that is the conduction of the impulses. Whatever the information which is passing from or the transferring from the nervous system, as it is a communicative system through the external environment to the internal environment of the body of individual, and that information it is in the form of like any external stimuli like heat, cold or light. So whatever the external stimuli or external information is there, that information has to be received by this nervous system and then has to be passed through the different parts of the body, and that process is called as the conduct the impulses or the impulse conduction of that impulses that make possible all the nervous system function. They are like the wiring of nervous system information circuit. So suppose it is a regulating system which is passing the information by like wiring of a current system. As we know, in our home we see that our controlling unit is there, that is called as the circuit or meter board is there, from where all the current will be passed through the entire home or any entire region. So like that here also these nervous system neurons are the act as the wiring which carry the information, which carry the like current, like electrical charge in the form of the information, and it is acted like the wiring. The human brain is estimated to contain about 100 billions are about 10% of the total number of nervous system in the brain. So in our human brain, how many neurons are present here? That could be like 100 billion or about the 10% of the total number. How many total number of the neurons are present into the nervous system? That is the 10% is present only in the brain cell. Now see, in this slide you can see the structure of neuron cell or a neuron. Neuron cell with all its processes is called as a neuron. So this is the basic structure of a neuron. What we can see in this structure of neuron, you can see majorly three parts. One is that is the cyton. This is the cell body or the cyton region, and this like a branched part or the branching you can see which is arising from the cyton or the cell body. These branched part is called as the dendrites. These are like a dendrites, which again in the Greek word that means as a tree or the branching as a tree. So that's why name is given to this type of the structure. And after that, from the cell body, a longitudinal or a stand is there. It is a strand which is arising from the cell body. And where from it is arising? A particular region is there, that is somewhat tapering structure which arises immediately after the cell body. This is from the cell body. This part which is immediately arising from the or which forms the axon, and that long thread like structure or a strand like structure or a lengthy part of the neuron cell, you can say that is arising from a region that is called as the axon hillock. That part is called as like a axon hillock. And it also seen, you can see that the cell body, as we are saying it is a cell body, so basically it has the presence of a nucleus. So it should be consist of a nucleus. So this is the nucleus which is present into the cell body. Not only the nucleus, with this cell body, within this cell body are the cytosol. It also called as like a soma. Cell body means it is also called as like a soma. In this soma, with the nucleus, mitochondria, Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, all the structures are present. And after that, you can also see somewhat the external covering which covers this long thread-like structure. Suppose these are like a external coverings. So this is nothing but myelin sheath. These are the myelin sheath. It acts as like a insulator, which is prevent the information has to be pass outside this axon. When the information is passing from this axon, that information without leaking outside or without spreading, without disturbances, it has to move to the next neuron, and that information has to be compact by this myelin sheath. And such type of myelin sheath protected neurons are also called as the medullated neurons. Those are like a medullated neurons. And at the edge of these axon or the thread-like structure, we have some terminals. You can see some again branching like terminals here in this part. With that, some buttons like structure, or it is end up with some knob like structures. Those are also called as the axon dendrites or axon terminals, or it is also called as like a presynaptic terminals. Those are like presynaptic terminals with embedded into the muscle tissue. So the information which is received from the external environment or which is received from the another axon or another neuron of that structure of the nervous system, that has to be show the effect on this effector, and this muscle you can call it as a effector region, where we can see the action. Whatever the information which is received from the nerve cell, that information has to show the action on the effector. Then only we can show the movement. And here this muscle tissue is act as like a effector. So now I think you get the one brief idea regarding to this, that neuron is basically consist of three parts. One is the cytosol or the cell body, another one is like a dendrites, another one is like a that is the axon, which is a long thread like strand which is elaborating from the cytosol posterior region. And now let us discuss one by one what are the different parts here. All the neurons are consist of cell body basically, and it is also known as like a soma or perikaryon. It is called as like a soma or perikaryon. And then dendrite processes are the thread-like and often known as the nerve fiber. You can also call it like a nerve fiber. And then axon processes are also thread-like and often known as the nerve fibers, which are again the elaborating strand which is extending from this posterior part of the neuron. And then we are going to discuss about the different parts one by one. what are the cell body of a neuron? The largest part of the nerve, this is the cell body or the soma. It is the largest part of the nerve and contain a nucleus. Just now I told about now what are the components which are present into the cell body. These are like a nucleus, cytoplasm and various cell organelles such as the mitochondria and the Golgi apparatus. The cytoplasm also extends into the process and a plasma membrane encloses the entire neuron. Here also a plasma membrane is there, the external covering which also cover a cell. So here the another covering that covers the total nerve cell. The rough endoplasmic reticulum has a ribosomes that can be stained to form easily apparent structures called as the Nissl body. I think you people have heard this word before that, Nissl body. It is also called as like a Nissl granules. We oftenly call it as a Nissl granules, which provide the protein molecules needed for the transmission of nerve signals and are useful in the maintaining and the regenerating the nerve fiber. And then after that, dendrites of a neuron, usually the branch extensively from the cell body. Those are like a tree, which the name comes from the Greek word for the tree. And see, this is the part. Dendritic part is, again let me tell you, these are the branched part which is called as like a dendrites, and these dendrites are nothing but the tree like structures, and the distal end of the dendrites of a sensory neurons may be termed as the receptors. Why? Because it is receiving the information, so that's why it is called as like a receptors, because they receive the stimuli that initiate nerve signals. They receive the stimuli and conduct the electrical signals towards the cell body and are the axon of the neuron. So receivers, who are the receiver in the neuron? Dendrites are the receivers. What it receives? Dendrites are the receivers. What it receives? They receive the information. It receives the information. And axon of the neuron. This is the next part. It is a single processes and usually extend from the tapered portion of the cell body at the location termed as the axon hillock. And axon conduct impulses away from the cell body. Even though neurons have only one axon, that axon often has one or more side branches termed as the axon collaterals. So this is the ending part. You can assume that if it is a axon and at the edge of this axon some branches are present, and these branches are called as like a axon collaterals. These are like a axon collaterals, are also called as like a axon terminals, and it is end up with a bead like structure, and this is structure is known as like a knob. This is called as the knob or a button like structure. This is like a button like structures, and those are called as the synaptic knob, or it is present at the end region. That's why it is also called as like a telodendria. Telo means tail region, last region of the axon. So it is also called as like a telodendria. And what are the size of axon? Some are the meter long and some are only the few millimeter. Their diameter is also varies. The larger diameter of the faster the impulses, and the axon can be myelinated and the not myelinated. Means it could be covered with the myelin sheath or it could not be covered with the myelin sheath. However, only the axon can have myelin sheath. Dendrites do not. Only the covering of the myelin sheath you can see on the axon, but dendrites never covered with the myelin sheath. Again, what some points are again given here. Like axon, generally it is a long, arises from the axon hillock, and axis cylindrical has axoplasm. It also, so cytoplasm, the cytoplasm, basically what are the cytoplasm which is present into the axon? That cytoplasm is called as the axoplasm. So, and then neurofibrils and mitochondria. Axon in terminal buttons carry the impulses away from the cell body. And what are the dendrites? It is a multiple and short, contain the Nissl granules, carry the impulses towards the soma or cell body. And what is the cell body? Neurocyton. It also called as like a neurocyton or soma. It has the nucleus pale in color, large, spherical in shape, means round in shape, and central it is present. It is consists of cytoplasm, which is called as like a neuroplasm. Here the cytoplasm is called as like a neuroplasm. And it also has the some neurofibrils, nuclear granules, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, neurosecretory materials. And then after that structure, we are going to see about the classification. The basic classification of the nerve cell, it may be on the basis of the structure as well as the functional. What are the structural classification of the neurons? It can be classified according to the number of the extensions from the cell body. There could be like a multipolar and bipolar and unipolar. So see, in this picture you can see that first one here, this is the bipolar, means two side the dendritic structures are present. It is called as like a bipolar. Multipolar means so many dendrites which are, this is a unipolar, only one side the dendrites are present and only one single dendritic part is present. Whereas in the multipolar, here so many branch structure of the dendrites are present. So it is called as like a multipolar, bipolar and the unipolar neurons. And what are the multipolar? Multipolar means several dendrites. You can see only this one point which is important here. With the presence of several dendrites is called as like a multipolar neurons. Found in the brain and the spinal cord. Where it is present? It is present into the brain and the spinal cord. Bipolar, branched dendrites, only one axon, branched dendrite. At least numerous kinds of, at least numerous kind of neuron, means we can see in the rare. It could be found into like retina, ear, inner ear, olfactory pathway, means nasal region related to the nose. Unipolar, it also termed as like a pseudo unipolar. They only have single processes extending from the single cell body from where only the one single dendritic processes is arises. All are based sensory neurons conducting the information towards the central nervous system. This single processes branch to form a central processes toward the central nervous system and a peripheral processes which together for an axon. It has to be conduct the impulses away from the dendrites found at the distal end of peripheral processes. Means they are the receive the information away from the central part. And then what are the functional classification? If we talk about the functional classification, it could be like a classify into their according to the direction in which they conduct the impulses. Direction, or it is bringing the information, or it is receiving the information, or it is sending the information, or carrying the information. Depend upon that, it again classified into afferent, efferent and the interneurons. What are the afferent? Afferent means these are the sensory. Transmit the nerve impulses to the spinal cord. Efferent neurons transmit the nerve impulses away from the brain or spinal cord or towards the muscles and glands. So these are like a receivers. You can also call this like a sensory. So these are like a receivers which receive the information, and afferent are the motor which carry the information to the motor region or the part like a effector or the tissue. Interneurons, these are like a conduct the impulses from the afferent neurons or towards the motor neurons located entirely within the central nervous system like brain and the spinal cord. Interneurons means it is present in between the sensory and the motor neurons. It is like a junction neurons which are present or which are receive the information or pass the information from the sensory neurons to the motor neurons to show the action. Inter means it is present in between. It is present in between neurons, or which is the present in between the sensory neurons and between the motor neurons. I think in this session we are covered with the topic regarding to the basic structure and the function of neurons, and what are the basic classification of the neurons on the function as well as the structures. Thank you.